There are a lot of places you can go to enjoy the great outdoors and get away from the big city. Whether you choose the forest, river, mountain, canyon, lake, or desert, this great country offers them all. And I want to see as many as I can. Now, I'm no survival expert. I just love getting outdoors to go hiking, camping, fishing, or just exploring. I don't own a bass boat, and I don't have a fancy RV. You see, I believe we've lost the thrill of enjoying the great outdoors on foot. I'm Al Mal, and I hope you'll join me for an outdoor adventure. Hey folks, Al Mal here, and I wanted to take just a minute with a short follow-up. Actually, I'm going to have two follow-up videos to the simple soda can alcohol cook stove. The first one is with a slight modification to the pot stand that I made out of this wire, and I'm going to show you in detail what I did here, which will really help you get your soda can stove lit a little bit more efficiently. Tried several different methods of putting some sort of a wick around the outside with some JB Weld things. Couldn't really come up with the right combination that worked well for me anyway. So I'm going to show you what I did here with just a small piece of aluminum foil. So there was absolutely no additional weight added, and it still fits nice in my storage container. So let me show you this real quick. Alright folks, so here's what I've got, and as you can see, I've got my storage container for my stove, which is an old Gatorade drink powder plastic container with a screw-on lid. I've wrapped a couple layers of duct tape around that. Again, you never know when you're going to need some duct tape. Now, in that container, all of these items will fit. Now, I don't carry my fire steel in this container, but it would fit in there if you wanted to have a second one. So the first thing is the windscreen. This, as you can tell, is an old dryer vent coupling that I've cut off and cut up the side so that it's shapeable and it's bendable, shapeable, and you can fit it right inside the container, and it will hug the inside of the container, and everything will fit inside there. Next is the pot stand. Again, I don't know how much that weighs. Maybe I don't know, 0.2 ounces, not much. And then I've got two stoves. I've got one short one and one that you can see is much wider, and they'll both fit in here. And the reason I've got two is, this one is great for a very quick water boiling job. Coffee, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, noodle soup, something that's not going to take very long to boil, so I don't have to put much alcohol in there. Now this one obviously will hold a little bit more, and if I'm boiling a larger quantity of water, I'm probably going to use this one. Either one will fit right inside this pot stove stand. So as you can tell on the bottom, I bent one layer of the wire all the way around so that it stays flat, and then I just took a piece of aluminum foil, basically cut it in a circular pattern and pressed it down in all the way around. That's just one layer of aluminum foil, and I did that to hold just a little bit of alcohol right in this area right here. So when I fill up my stove, okay, the alcohol cook stove is going to work once the alcohol inside starts to reach its boiling point. That's when it's going to burn. Right, so you have to get it up to temperature. Now, you can hold a lighter down around the outside, okay, and really get that thing, going. If you want to hold the lighter there for a minute or two and work your way around. For me, that's not a very efficient method. So once I fill the stove with however much, either one, alcohol I'm going to use, I'm going to put maybe a half a teaspoon of fuel just right down in the center, right here. Kind of spread it around, and then I'm going to drop my stove right on there, like so. Okay? So there you have it. Now, I wouldn't pick it up and let the fuel spill out. But again, the stove is full, and there's maybe a half a teaspoon of fuel in that foil underneath, like a reservoir. And then I'm going to take my fire steel, because that's all you need. I don't know if I mentioned that before. If you're using heat for your fuel, it will start with just a spark from the fire steel. I just spark that, and what it will actually do, I'll demonstrate this in a minute for you, it will actually burn around the outside, and that will heat up the alcohol that's inside the stove, and then you'll see it start to burn out of the side jets. And then, boom, you're ready for your pot. On top of that, you can put your windscreen around it. Again, you can spread this out however much you want, depending on the size of your pot, and you're good to go. So I'll show you how that works here in just a second. Alright folks, let's go ahead and get this cook stove started here with the modification in the bottom of the pot stand. Okay, so you want to make sure it's on a surface that's not going to melt or catch on fire. So I'm just using an old lid here, and first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and fill the stove. And again, with this small one, I'm putting about a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half in there. And then for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to take this lid and I'm going to put in 1 capful on the bottom here. Okay, and this is a 4-ounce bottle from REI, and if you fill that with alcohol, again, if you are going out on just a weekend trip, maybe this is going to be plenty of fuel for even 2 meals a day. Alright, so I've got the alcohol in the bottom there. The cook stove is full. I'm going to drop it right in there. Okay. Then I'm going to take my fire steel and I'm going to give it a spark. Okay. There we go. You might not be able to see that just yet in the video, but the alcohol underneath the cook stove is boiling. It's burning. Okay, and in just a second, it should heat up enough. Okay, you can kind of hear it burning a little bit, sizzling in there. At this point, I don't want to put the windscreen on. I'm afraid you won't be able to see the flames. But this is the windscreen that I made out of the dryer coupling. And again, you can bend it, you can compact it to whatever size cook pot you're using. Alright, so that's going, and again, I realize you can't see the flames on the video, but it is really going strong now, and so you're ready to boil water. Put your pot right on there, and you're in business. And again, with this type of well, you can see it now. It's really going strong, and so that's going to boil water very quickly. And again, if you have a larger pot of water to boil, go ahead and use your bigger stove. But for this video, this is just fine, the small stove. But get you one of these dryer vent pieces, cut it, polish down the sharp edges, and it'll make a great windscreen for you.